Hello everybody, my name is Jessica Kibira, Norrby. I live in Sweden and I work in Uganda. I was born in Uganda. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself, how I got involved in this. How I got involved strongly in this, it was really by good luck, because I became a soldier at a young age, and then I was put in prison. So while I was in prison, I developed a very strong relationship with the inmates, because you rely on each other, you become a family, you have to depend on each other, you have to look up for each other. I realized that, working together as a team will get me somewhere. Sometimes I had to be skeptical about how things are going to work, but at the end of the day, I felt at peace when I had friends. I called them friends. In the prison, this is big for like 200 people. So you had no choice to choose who you want to interact with, and you had no choice who you would be a friend. All you had to do was to share, whether you like it or not. It was up to you. So we shared a small piece of, so one would sit down for today and tomorrow, one would sleep. So it was like working as a team, sharing was the most important thing, and being together and loving each other. That was very, very important. It was something that made me realize that when we are together, we are one. So I became more aware that I have to love people and to share and to want to do something for people. And that's how I became more involved. Myself, I believe that when you share and you give little, not about money, but what you have, you give out. For example, when we were in prison, I wasn't grown up but I grew up when I was in prison, because I was at least not more than 15 years. I was put in prison. I was put in a situation whereby I had to do something and to grow up, to get out of the situation. So I worked with an elderly lady who by then I was like 79 years old, and we had to work up a plan, because she needed some help, and I needed help from her. I wanted comfort, and she needed me to help her by doing her tasks, because if you don't do your task in prison, you're penalized. So for me, I wanted her to give me at least a hug or something, or just to be able to have some sort of mother love. So we worked as a team. You have to work as a team to be able to achieve whatever you have. There's too little, there's no food, not enough food. There's not enough space to share. So the important thing is to, like I said, is to share and to love and to care for one another. That's how I became very much involved with the people. Then as I grew up, I started thinking that I need to do something. So I was brought up in England as a refugee after what I've been through. So then I went to university and I came out, and then I went back to Uganda. I started an organization called Mama wa Miti, and the Mama wa Miti in English means mother of trees. The tree is hanging like this, and everybody, like the fruits, everything is hanging from there. So if you want a shade, you go to that tree. If you want a fruit, you pick up from that tree. So a tree is like it's like a building. It's like how do I say it in a nice way? A tree is like something to hold on to. Everybody would want to hold on to something. So a tree is something like people could hold on to, and that's, I became like somebody hold on. Mama wa Miti, we started a school. Sorry, we started with a group of women in a rural community at the Grassroot. we went and we identified what was the need of what they wanted. What can we do to improve on their lives? So we started with them, women, giving them some simple skills. For example, they know what to do, but they needed some guidance. So like family planning, education, just simple education, basic skills to know what to do. Some of them, they had never seen a dentist, they had never seen a health assistant, they have never heard of family planning or even their rights. So we started telling them a few things about what they need to know, and that's how we came. And then we decided, we identified, oh no, that's not that one. These are the women that we work with. We involve women, and not only women, but men as well, they welcome. But most of men, they don't want to come because they say, it's women. Sometimes it's as usual, they say that. So we work with the women and we make decisions. So we came up with what can we do to help? So we started to build a school. I think you can see. That's this Grassroot school. It's a simple school, but we had like 250 children in that school, whereby they can learn basic English, mathematics, like saving, planting trees, cooking, a few things, washing, doing like basic stuff. So we felt that education was very important for us to start. And what we did was we started from right at the grassroots in urban areas, so that many of these young ladies, ladies and boys, they can learn how to read and write. The group has got 68 women on the village. We've got now, at the moment, we have 150 children in that school. There isn't much that, as you see, it's a school. The most important thing is, what do they need? They want to learn. It's, to a European person, you think, oh my God. But for them, it's okay. As long as they're able to learn something, it's okay. And it's the beginning. We've been there now, it's a year. But of course, it's 100. We don't have a big fund that is funding us. We started, me and my husband. And then I have friends like Beaton. I have other friends that comes in and give in a little by little. And also, we work with the women in the prison. They make bags and beads, and that's what we sell. The beads, we sell the bags, take some money, divide it to the prison, and some of them we put it to the school, and that's how we've been managing to find these. It's about interacting with the children. Most of these children, they don't have parents, but they live in the village. So they just give little. It's not about money, but just a little bit of time for them. And you just go there, mess around with them. It's very, very important with these children. So what we do, we go and mess around, give them some hugs, do whatever we can do, cook, eat, run around like lunatics, but it helps. Sorry. The women in prison, they are like, we have like 120 women who are in the prison, and some of these women, they have children in the prison. Unfortunately, if their mother are in prison, then also the children are in prison. So we are trying to have at least some sort of help of education, build up like a small nursery, so whereby these kids can go and learn some education, because though they didn't commit any crime, they're also in prison. So we are also doing that with the women, and like I said, some of these products, they come. That's the prison. It's only for women, thank God. Now it's been a law that only women go into the prison, so we go there and see them, talk to them, find out their needs. Most of them, the important thing is education. They want to learn how to read. They want to learn how to write. Because some of these women, they're not criminals in a way, but some of them are. Like, for example, there's a young lady there wearing a yellow dress. She was taken in because her husband said, sign here. Without her knowing what she was signing and doing, she just signed that, yes, me and my husband agreed to kill Jessica Kibira and blah, blah, blah. And she signed, put a finger there. So she's now in prison because of education. She didn't have any education. And they are youth. She's just 18. But many of them are from 18 up to 60. Some, they are there because they don't have any education. So we are trying to say that most important thing is we need to have education, and also to involve people who are like the decision makers, to involve the people, the youth, people who are like to know what do they really need, what does really youth need. Some of the decision makers, they just say, I think we start a football ground there, or maybe we do a hospital there. But really the important thing is to liaise with the people who are going to receive that service. Now what we are saying that it's important to the entrepreneurs, the stakeholders, to involve the youth and change their attitude towards whatever they are doing, to make sure that everything runs in a way. Because if you are going to give me the service, if I'm going to a hotel or a restaurant, I ask, I want to eat bananas. But why when people are making decisions, they are not asking anybody. They are just coming in there and say, I think it's better to do this. No, it's better to ask the youth and other people, or women and men together, to make a decision on some of the services. In Uganda, as you know, it's a very, I hope I'm not quoted, but it's a very, very, very good country, but a very corrupted country. There's a lot of corruption. Everything that comes in, people just put it in their own stomach. So most of the people you see, this was in the prison. We were taking some toys and some stuff, just simple stuff in the prison for the children to be able to use it. But we shouldn't be doing this, because this should be coming from the governments, whatever. But of course, everything, as you know, whoever hasn't been there, it's difficult. Sorry. Oh, something went wrong. It doesn't matter. Forget it. I'm not used to this. What can we do? How can we do to improve the situation? We need to change the attitude. We need to make sure that every one of us is involved and give respect, acknowledge whoever the youth. They are very, very enthusiastic people. If we could put them into the situation whereby we can share, they are able to contribute and we learn from them, it will be a better country of all. Thank you.